Hi everyone, I'm Jen and welcome back to my room. So from the last video I made, I shared the sneak peek. Sneak peek pa lang yon from my turtle collection. So yun yung mga accessories. But really, how can I say na I really love turtles and I really love collecting turtles if I don't have a turtle card game. So this is PAWIKAN Patrol, and in today's video, I will show you what it is and how we can play it. Ano ang kwento ng PAWIKAN Patrol? Every 20 years, the Pawikan swim back to the shores where they were hatched to lay new eggs of their own. However, the Pawikans are in danger. In PAWIKAN Patrol, you will lead your team of characters to uncover nests, clean up the beach to make it more habitable, and outwit the poacher to save the Pawikan. So there are different kinds of cards, and let's first meet our character cards. So we have biologist, fisherfolk, volunteer, and the police. Each character has their own icon in the left side, and they also have icons sa right side which would indicate the beach cards that they can collect later on. And then we have our beach cards. So we have the Pawikan nest. Ang cute. Look at that. So cute. The Predator. The Pawikan. And the trash card. So these are our beach cards. And lastly, we have this one poacher card. Siya yung villain. This is the enemy of the game. As you can see, the skull icon is his icon, and he can collect these beach cards. Now that we've seen the cards, let's set the game up. Remember, sinegregate na natin sila according to their type. And the one I'm holding now is the beach card. Beach cards. So, ito yung beach deck natin. Let's give this a shuffle. So, we take 5 random beach cards and place them face down. 2, 3, 4, 5. So, we have 5, and the rest will go here sa left side. So remember our enemy, the poacher, he will go here. So ayan, dito siya sa taas. Remember our characters. So this will be the player's cards. So yung 4 na yan. So if you have several players, you can give them each of these 4 characters. So ito yung on hand natin. Let's just place it here. So for this game, our player will be Nurse Nini. Masyadong malaki yung iba kong pagong. So, today's player is Nurse Nini. Yan. So, sa kanya yung cards na. Let's learn how to play this. So, the first action is to move and reveal. So, here we will take one of our characters. Let's choose the fisher folk and place it below one of the cards here from the row. So, let's say ito. Let's take one at random. So what will happen is we'll also have the poacher's turn. So how does he have a turn? see this card? Yes, the poacher icon and one arrow pointing to the right. So that means the poacher will be moving one step to the right. So now we reveal both cards. Trash and Pawikan. So the poacher is supposed to collect the card below it, but since this is trash and the poacher cannot collect the trash will just return face down. So it cannot be collected by the poacher. And here we have the Pawikan, which is the one above our card. We will take this one. So we are able to save one Pawikan. So we put it in our pile here. We'll move on to the third action of the turn, which is to refill the cards. So we'll only refill one kasi hindi naman na collect yung isang card. So that completes the turn. But our card has a special action. Remember? This one. So it says that at the end of your turn, secretly look at any 2 beach cards from the row. You may switch their positions, then return them to the row. So this one is an advantage. This kind of special action will help the player, will help us strategize so that we can win. So let's choose 2 cards. Pick. So this is Trash and Pawikan. Okay. As for the Fisher Folk, this card will now be exhausted. So what does that mean? Meron tayong exhaust pile which is different from here. So our pile. So we're not gonna put this here. So dito lang siya. We cannot use it unless maubos yung cards natin. So dito lang siya sa exhaust pile. So the game goes on like this. Let's take one more turn. Let's try the police. So this is another special card. Let's choose this one. And then again, the poacher takes a turn. So one to the left. So it's possible to have just the same card for the poacher and the player. So this is Pawikan. So usually, the poacher collects the Pawikan nest before your characters. However, since we have the police card, if the police and the poacher are at the same beach card, you collect the card instead of the poacher. So we're able to save the Pawikan from the poacher. So we take this one and add it to our pile. We refill the deck. And the police now gets exhausted. So that's how it's played. So when does the game end and how do we win it? Okay, the end game. When the beach deck runs out of cards, finish the current round, then all players take one last turn. The player with the most points wins. In case of a tie, the player with the most trash card wins. If there is still a tie, tied players share the victory. So how do we win? So players collect the beach cards for points. When the beach deck runs out of cards, so this one, finish the current round, then all the players take one last turn as mentioned kanina. And the player with the most points wins. However, if 8 Pawikan or Pawikan nests are collected by the poacher, the game ends and all players lose. So the pointing system is of the beach cards. Ito. So the Pawikan has 2 points if you have 1 card. If you have 2 cards, it's 10. 3, it's 8. And 4, it's 13. So for the other beach cards, we have 3 points for Pawikan nests and the trash has 2 points. But you can also have minus points if you get to collect the predator. Okay, so while playing, I was trying to play it myself and with my sister, we encountered confusions regarding how it's played. So, hindi ko natiis kasi ay medyo very smart lang ako umintindi ng instructions dun sa sa kasama niyang pamphlet. And I messaged the Facebook page of the game around midnight. And luckily, the creator himself responded and cleared up our questions, which will, ayan, isho-show ko sa inyo dito. Take this for example. During the turn, let's say we have this one and this one. For instance, this is what happens, and we choose a predator. So this is a card that really isn't supposed to be collected by anyone. So it has their specifications. Reveal another beach card from the row and return it to the bottom of the deck. If it was trash, you collect this card. So what will happen is, we'll take a different card from the row. So, yan. Kunyari, the card revealed was a PAWIKAN. So it's not trash. So the PAWIKAN gets sent back to the bottom of the deck. This card is not collected. So, any cards that are not collected will be returned face down. It just stays there and the game proceeds. What happens if the card revealed is trash? See? So, we can't send back the trash to the beach. And then again, we can't just allow the predator to eat trash. Or the consequence for that is the predator card is kept. So, even if it's the poacher who reveals this or the player, the predator goes to the player. So, in this case, it goes to Nurse Nini. So, we get a -1 point. This will be deducted to our points at the end of the game. There. So, this one remains here and is face down. And the game proceeds. So here's another scenario which we actually encountered during playing, and one of the questions I had for the creator is that, yan, kunyari yan. So we get the predator, right? So we reveal another beach card. So what if the revealed card is another predator? So our first thought was that, are we gonna repeat the action all over again? So no. As the creator taught me, black-tipped reef sharks cannibalize each other. So what happens? It's predator versus predator. So we'll still follow the first specifications of the predator. And since if it's not trash, we are actually going to send this back to the beach. And then, the first predator card is not collected and is returned face down. And the game continues. So I hope you understand my explanation on how the game works, on how it's played. Again, I'm not really into card games. Casual player lang ako, and I don't really, nakita nyo rin sa bookshelf ko, wala naman ako talagang masyadong games. The reason why I got this game in the first place is because I love turtles and I collect turtles as a hobby. So, when my older sister told me about it, instant yes, I need that. Kasi I initially thought that it would be a unique addition to my growing collection. But as I learned to play it while actually playing the game, masaya siya. So, ayun, nag-enjoy kami nung kapatid ko. And it's really amazing. I only ever played several card games and board games. Actually, parang medyo baraha lang yung alam ko. But I think this one's charm is quite unique. Kasi it even has a story. And it's not just for fun and for roleplay, but it's true to life if you really pay attention to the details of the game. And I think one of the charms then is that there's an antagonist in the game. So aside from playing against other opponents, you're more likely playing together against the poacher. So I don't think a lot of games had that, but again, I'm not experienced with games. That's just my observation from my little experience on playing games. So that's it for my turtle themed video today. So here's Nurse Nini reminding you to stay safe and stay healthy, and also thanking all the frontliners out there. We can help them. There are so many available na fundraising projects and programs wherein we can donate para for several causes related to COVID-19, not only for the people hindi nakakapag-work, but also to our frontliners who of course needs our support. So ayun lang naman. Stay safe! So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out my other videos. Like I mentioned, the previous one is on my turtle collection, and other videos I made were on a pineapple taste test, on my collection of books, and I also made a video on making a cafe-style cappuccino at home. So yun lang, go check them out if you have the time.